Hello everyone and welcome back to a new round here of the Daily Game News at the new Byte. My name is Asus and let's watch the news. First bit of news is actually Destiny 2 updates, and of course, yes, Destiny 2 Shadowkeep is a thing. It is coming September 17th, and it will be coming back to the moon, the lunar surface. This time it's though like twice as big as we saw in Destiny 1. It has a new raid, new missions, strikes, everything of course, and it will also do much more. So let's go a little bit more into detail. On this website here that we collected for the new Byte, you can actually see all the details. So this is actually your place you want to go if you want to have all the things. But here are the key things that we actually see. They will actually rework the modding and weapon economy. They will actually bring back resilience and the other two characteristics that we saw from Destiny 1 for character strengths. Then Destiny 2 is moving to PC on Steam actually, and going away from Battle.net because Activision Blizzard and Bungie is not a thing anymore, of course, so they need to find a new home on PC, and that will be an epic partner, Steam. They literally said it like that on the live stream, which gave me a little heart attack for a second at least. Then what's also cool is actually there will be cross-saving, and if you move over your character from Battle.net to Steam, you don't need to pay up because all your purchases will be taken over as well. And cross-save, yes, as I said before, we got that leak already on Wednesday, but it's actually coming PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC players, and later also Google Stadia, which we have in the next segment. They will all now use one character save, and you can play it on any platform you want. You can have the progress done on, for example, Xbox, save it, and then continue on PlayStation if you want, and all the other combinations as well. And the next big step is also that Destiny 2 is coming with a free-to-play version, which is called Destiny 2 New Light. It will actually start the very first mission from Destiny 1, now sort of in remake with the current game system, of course, and then it will drop you right on the tower where you can play with all your other friends. The goal is to have the bar lowered as much as Bungie can, to have everyone at least check out Destiny, and it really seems to work, at least from the idea of it, because free to play, you can start it, you can play right away with friends after like 20 minutes of an introduction mission, and you can play PvP, strikes, and even the very first year of content from Destiny 2, meaning the vanilla mission and that raid, and even the DLC 1 and 2, Warmind and Osiris, and also these small raids. So there's lots of content already coming over for free that you can get with Destiny New Light. And if you want to have the latest adventures as well, you only need to buy Shadowkeep, because Shadowkeep also is a standalone expansion. You don't need to have Forsaken or any of the Season Pass content for that. Talking about Season Pass content also going on also in the future, the Season Passes won't be there anymore. You can, I think, get them as a bundle, but each season, so the winter, spring, summer, and fall seasons, you can all just select individually if you want to participate in them and get that pass for that time then, just like you can, for example, with Fortnite. If you want to skip a season, you don't need to buy the Season Pass, and if you want to continue the next one, you just get the next one Season Pass. Last but not least, take a quick look here at the Collector's Edition of Destiny 2 Shadowkeep. It's quite cool, actually. Comes with soundtrack, game key, and of course more TAT design artworks and everything. I really love to see that. I pre-ordered it. And the good thing is actually, if you don't want to have that, for example, if you already have a game code somewhere and you just want to have Shadowkeep individually, you can get all that also without the game code. Just the physical things, if you want so. The Collector's Edition costs around 150 euros, and without all the game codes, it only costs 95 euros for at least the German customer that I am here. And that has been at least the key points of that part here. Watch the Vidoc and watch the 1.5 hour long live stream that we got to see yesterday. If you want to see everything, and if you missed it, it's all here on thenewbyte.com. Just check it out here. And then moving over to Google Stadia, which 1 hour prior to Bungie coming forth also had their live stream, and they made actually a very cool announcement. First bit of news is Google Stadia Pro will launch in November 2019, and you can join in the fun for 119 British pounds, 129 US dollars, or 129 euros with the Founders Edition bundle. You can also get it for a cheaper version, because there will be a free tier of that subscription model, not really a subscription, but anyway, but that will launch in 2020. So if you want to jump in first and claim your Google Stadia name, which is also a new system, like a new platform basically, you have to get this Founders Edition. With that being said, you can pre-order right now, and you can get this this light blue version of the controller. It's actually a little more blue than this one. This is the dark version. And you also get the Chromecast Ultra along with it. Also in that bundle is a 3-month subscription for Google Stadia Pro and another 3 months that you can give away to a friend. So a friend of yours who, for example, already is thinking about getting Google Stadia, you can just get for 70 euros that controller and then join on with your 3 months code as a friend for free, just to try it out. We also saw, of course, also the requirements of the bandwidth that you need for the different tiers of streaming. If you have Google Stadia Pro, you can stream up to 4K with 60 FPS and 5.1 surround sound. And the free version that's coming in 2020 is locked to only 1080p and 60 FPS with stereo sound. So HDR video will only be a Pro tier functionality. By the way, after that, Google Stadia Pro will also cost only $10 a month. I say only, it's maybe not the biggest one, but you know, for some, of course, regarding how many games there are on there, it's maybe not enough yet to warrant the price. Quick look also at the different controls that we have. Here we have the Byte and the Wasabi version of that controller that we saw already. And in November, the Google Stadia program will actually launch in these 14 countries. Here are all the games that will come to the service as well. Most notably, probably Doom Eternal, of course, Destiny 2, the complete experience. If you get the Doom Founders Edition, you have all the base content, all the DLCs, and also Shadowkeep if you get it right away. Dragon Ball Xenoverse, Darksiders Genesis, the new game of Darksiders, Borderlands 3, of course, and yes, also announced Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 will come from the developers behind Divinity Original Sin 2, Larian Studios, and yes, that will actually come out also very soon, at least in November when it actually releases on Google Stadia. Moving on also to more other news, we have Blizzard coming forth and saying, with rumors at least, that there was a StarCraft FPS game in development, but that has been cancelled in order to bring other games forth like Overwatch 2, which will also feature game modes like a PvP version, as we know it in Left 4 Dead 2. And also we'll see an update for Diablo 4, which will also be getting more attention now that there's no StarCraft FPS game in development anymore. Then in another bit of story news, it's actually interesting to see that there was a FaZe Clan streamer which was supposedly 13 years old, but then he admitted actually that he was signed when he was 11 and he's currently 12 years old. So too young actually to be on Twitch, which has a 13 years minimum requirement age. So yeah, that if you ever heard about something funny, look up this story. It's linked in the description down below, where this kid basically has almost 1 million subscribers already, makes his living as a 12-year-old by streaming Fortnite, and he's been supervised by his parents, meaning of course also his mom. And it's crazy. It's the funniest thing even to hear the mom's reaction when she was asked like what she thinks about him, and she says, "You are my genius," she told her son after she told her son after he finished his confession. "You are young, you are a genius, you are amazing." And the kid just says, "Okay, mom." It's hilarious. But overall, it's quite an interesting story. Apparently, it was actually leaked by Tfue, who already has a dispute running with the FaZe Clan because he wants to get out of his contract. So that bit of side story also came forth with that whole controversy and the FaZe Clan. Then another release news, since yesterday you can play Quake 2, the ray-traced version for free, at least in the first 3 chapters on Steam, if you are in the lucky region, because right now in Germany you can't access it right now, which is a bit of a shame, but okay. And you can play, of course, the full version for just $5. Then My Friend Pedro, published by Devolver Digital, will come to Nintendo Switch and PC on June 20th, which I found amazing because that game just looks crazy. Have a bit of a look. Since that it basically describes itself as a ballerina shooter game, and just from the looks at it, I really want to play that. Then actually also this year, still before Borderlands 3 comes out in September, we get new DLC for Borderlands 2. That actually has been leaked sort of by a short mentioning on Steam, and it's called Commander Lilith and the Fight for the Sanctuary. This DLC apparently is linking, of course, all the events from Borderlands 2 forwards to Borderlands 3, and that will basically bridge everything until Borderlands 3 comes out. So yeah, Borderlands fans, you get actually more content as well before Borderlands 3 comes out. Then more of a quick news, Asus and Tencent are teaming up to bring the Asus ROG Phone 2 together, and especially of course with a focus to have Tencent mobile games running on the phone as good as possible. For example, PUBG Mobile, which is developed by Tencent. We have the Sega games Virtua Racing and Monster Boy Monster World being released on June 27th to the US and European eShops, meaning you can play these fantastic games on the Nintendo Switch soon as well. Prior to that, it was only limited to the Japanese store, sadly. Sony came forward and announced that the December 2020 release date is actually for the Uncharted movie. December 18th, 2020 to be precisely actually is the release date, and they will actually feature Tom Holland you know, the Spider-Man from the current MCU movies as Nathan Drake. Interesting. Could be very interesting, definitely. At least, you know, we have that fan movie here with Nathan Fillion, who is also the voice of Nathan Drake for the Uncharted games. If it will be as good as the coming movie or if it will be better even, we'll see in December 2020.